In this episode, I hitch a ride in a chopper and take you pack rafting from mountains all the way to the ocean. Let's go! Through a crazy gorge while getting smashed by white water, we find shelter and hopefully something to eat.
This is so epic.
I'm Justin Amore, and I want to show you that with the right mindset and the right gear, adventure is all around us.
Incredible country. It just keeps giving adventure after adventure. That is not a place you want to slip. They will not find you down there.
Solo adventures with a twist, from mountains to the ocean and everything in between.
This is so epic.
Come on. Oh. And dinner. This is Just Wild NZ. Let's go. Welcome back to another incredible adventure on Just Wild NZ. Today, we're jumping in the pack raft and we're heading down the almighty Otaki, which is situated on the North Island. What we're going to do is we're going to enter an infamous gorge. I've never been down this gorge, never. We're then going to follow the river all the way out to the ocean, and that's where the goal is. From summit to sea. This is a trip about 50k or so. This is something you should never, ever, ever do solo. I know that I've got the mind strength in any situation to make it safe and to get home safe to the family. That's the main thing, isn't it? Right, let's get on the wetsuit top. Sun's about to burst. Let's get paddling.
Here's strokes.
Here we go.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Woo-hoo-hoo!
Wow, we are in it now. Around this corner here, that's the gorge. That means we're committed. Once we go around that corner, that's it, there's no way out. I've got to be mindful, I've got to listen to what the river's telling me. Whoa, what's coming up here? What's coming up here? Like I said before, this is not a thing to do solo. Do not do it solo. But this is my journey. I'm fully prepared. If I lose my raft, I've got enough gear on me to survive. All right, let's carry on around the corner here and see what we got. Woo! That one was a bit bigger than I thought. I thought you'd be right, but no, down I went. Oh, it's quite amazing. The weight of the pack when it's wet, very hard to flip that raft back over. It doesn't get much nastier than that. I've come across the rocks here and put the raft down there. Man, look at that jumbled mess of rock and just roaring. Let alone getting hooked up in that tree. Wow, there's so much force happening under there. You can see where it's flattened off. I came around the corner, I was like, oh, this is nice. And then boom! That's not to be messed with. Wow, I love it.
just coming through another gnarly bit. I had to pick and choose and go for gold. I've changed the pack, so now I've got way more control with a heavier pack down my feet as opposed to my back. I'm sure it's pretty obvious to most. I'm very, very new to this pack rafting. Baptism by fire, I reckon, on this river. This is insane. I can see the sides opening up a bit more now. Let's get cracking. Have a look at this. This is how high the river gets. This massive tree. That's a lot of water. I'm again portaging my raft and gear. Pretty gnarly just here, I'll show you. Get around the corner. I'm walking the raft around here, even though these rapids aren't quite as bad as what we've already been through. I don't like the line, because if I miss my line and don't come on this side, then I've got to hit the next rapid on this side and then to be clear. But what I'm worried about is coming through and being forced in between these two rocks, and right in the middle there is a broken tree which is going to pop the raft. Safer by myself to walk around, which is what I'm doing, which is what I promised you. And my wife is going to walk down here, jump back in the raft, see what's around the corner. I've been paddling for 6 hours. My legs are sore, my arms are sore. I'm done. I found a beautiful spot, little plateau. The only plateau I've seen within 6 hours. Just nice. That river was a lot gnarlier than I thought, I tell you. That upper section, far out. It was a real test. Now it seems to, it's definitely flattened out a bit. Don't worry about that tomorrow. This is now. I'll get this boat up just in case the river comes up in the middle of the night. I don't think it will. It's not supposed to rain, but let's go get set up. Plenty of time. Still another hour before it's dark in here. Today was just, it was non-stop. It was just action, pedal, pedal. But here we are, day one. Whoa, what a monster day. We've still got a long way to go. Hitting the sleeping bag early sounds like a great idea. I'll show you my setup before I crash out. Let's have a look in the shelter. It's all set up. She's a bit messy, I'm sorry, I just dumped everything in there, but that's what you do when you got plenty of room. There you go. Stretcher. That's where I want to be right now. That's where I'm headed, in the sleeping bag. I am absolutely shot. It's been a big day. Oh, I can't tell you how comfortable this is. I'm so unbelievably comfortable. I'll have more energy in the morning, I promise. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh. Morning. Man, I was out to it last night. Oh, I slept so good, so good. Oh, the sun's about to come out. I've gone for the option of comfort today. Jacket, and I've just got my my wetsuit, long johns on. Hopefully I don't go in the water too much anymore, hence why I'm donning this, but we'll see how we go. Let's get geared up and let's get going. Woo! I thought I was through the worst of it. I was wrong. Oh, I don't know if I'm just getting used to the paddles and actually getting through a lot more than I was yesterday. But there's a sound, a real thud sound of the water just. As soon as I hear that, it's a real rumble. So, oh, there's a drop off there. Nasty little bits of work like this. You know, this is taking a lot longer than I thought. And this is the times when you've got to make the right decisions at the right time. Now are the times. It's got to slow it down. It takes as long as it takes. It takes me an extra day to get to the ocean. It takes me an extra day. That's the way I look at it. You've got to get home after these adventures. That's the only main thing that counts. Getting home to the... Right, let's grab this raft. Walk it over this mess. Let's hope it gets a little bit easier around the corner here. Every time I say that it gets worse, I've got to stop saying that. Okay, let's pull up onto this beach here and then we'll try on the other side of this rock. I'm getting pretty hungry. How good was that gorge? We're only halfway through it. I'm not too sure what's around the corner, but what we need to do now is get some dinner. In really remote areas like this, eels are nocturnal, but I've been seeing them swimming around during the day, which is quite common when I'm in the middle of nowhere. So what I've got rigged up is just a trout lure, which is a little bit weighted. I'll jiggle it in front of an eel as soon as I see it. Hopefully that will entice him to come up and investigate and smack it. And if that's the case, that's dinner tonight. The little trout lure is just down here. Come on, buddy. Oh, it's too big. This one's too big. When they just start getting over 1200 mil, it's a female, it's a breeding female, and probably about 50 to 70 years old. From New Zealand, they swim all the way out, all the way to the islands of Tonga where they spawn, and then the young make their way back to New Zealand. Right here, gotta leave this one because she's a breeder. There's got to be more. I'm sure the other one I saw was way smaller than this one, preferably a male. There's another one, still massive, but a bit smaller. These they're just coming out. They must be so hungry. Might get set up for this one. Ooh, there's a lot of feed. There's a lot of food on this one. Take it. Take it. I've got it hooked. Oh, let it go. Let it go. Oh, I had that one hooked. It was in the mouth. It took ages as well, just to keep enticing, keep enticing, keep enticing. He finally got a lure right in front of him. He took it, but just didn't take it straight away like I thought he would. Oh, it was so close. How close is that? I don't think they know what humans are. Hey, big fella. I'm out of that gorge. Wow, that put me to the test to the max. Oh mate, the welcoming committee was here with the goats on the slip. It's starting to open up now. Oh, this is so good. Once I came around this corner here, that's when I knew I was out of the gorge. And now the country's just opening up, nice wide size, not as steep, which means that the river should also widen. And it's those narrow passages, those narrow flows of water, all that volume of water getting thrown and cut through a gorge. It's just force, it's just bang, bang, bang. It's just brutal. And we've got through it. As soon as I went round that corner, then it's just opening up. Otaki Forks Bridge, yes! Woohoo! It feels so good to be dry again. I've been laying out the sleeping bag, laying out all the gears, just giving it a bit of a dry cycle. That's magic. Got my shelter here. It's just drying before I put it up. I'll show you how much this river actually rises, and it is frightening. So that's still about 30 metric ton at the moment, and you saw how gnarly that gorge was. Now 300 brings it right up to where we start seeing driftwood. So I'm finding driftwood right up to the bank here, where things have been smashed out and just annihilated. And that's the river down there. That's so much force. Now that 300 that I spoke about, that was just this month. 300 is nowhere near the max of this river. This river can easily peak out to 400, can easily peak out to 500, can easily peak out to 600. Pretty much the best indicator, if that's dirty, then it's bucketing down in the hills and possible flash flood could come through. So even being wary of where I'm camping, just camping high like I did last night, you never know. There could be a storm brewing just in the headwaters, just out of sight. In the middle of the night, you wake up, tent's gone, gear's gone, and you're wet. What I'm doing is I'm just collecting nice dry driftwood that's up high for tonight's fire. I've come across this incredible shelter. Someone's put a lot of effort to make this. Come check this out. How incredible is this? This would have taken a long time to stack up these rocks. Probably when it was erected there would have been greenery on top as well. Acts as a roof. This is incredible. There's a lot of big rocks being moved by somebody. I love the entranceway. How's this? You know, this is what it's all about. Whoever erected this might not have intended to sleep in it, but it was just fun for the kids. Probably come down and just keep adding to it. Who knows how many people have actually constructed this. Not too sure if anyone spent the night in this. Let's be the first ones. If anyone's been watching this and you've helped erect this, please comment on this YouTube. I want to know who you are. I'm like a kid again, a kid with a fort, but someone else has done all the hard yards. I'm gonna bring my stuff down. This is us for tonight. Right, that should do us. Let's get set up.
So what I've done here while looking for firewood, I put a water level marker right in front of the shelter, about 1.5 meters away from the river's edge. Even though it's nice and beautiful here, who knows what's happening up in the mountains there. Being a white stick, I'll be able to flash it from the shelter, make sure it's still not in the water, and about midnight or so I might even come down and just check it, just peace of mind. Let's get some more wood. It's getting dark soon. Been digging out, lifting logs along the riverbank here, whatever's rotten, and lo and behold, 2 more hoo-hoo grubs. Last time I ate it on an episode, I got so many messages saying they do taste like peanut butter, you just gotta fry them. I'm not convinced, but let's go back to the shelter. I'm gonna fry these up and confirm that they don't taste like peanut butter. Or maybe they do. Let's try it out. My firelighter has been submerged all day and all yesterday. It sits in my life jacket, so if I ever lose any of my gear, I can still start a fire wherever I am, make a shelter. Check this out. It's not even in a plastic bag. I'll show you how it works. It's insane. How's that? First time, even though I've been in the water countless amount of times today. Such a good striker. I always go on adventures and in the bush with a striker. Right, let's see if it's peanut butter. It's not peanut butter. Edible though. Definitely has that nutty taste to it. Oh well, it's dinner. Might not look like much, but 2's enough for me. I don't know where this peanut butter thing comes from. Maybe a bit of butter. At least we'll have the butter for the peanut butter. Maybe that's what people are tasting. I'll keep searching for that peanut butter hoo-hoo grub. It's got to be out there somewhere. But it's not here. Let's get this fire going. Settle in for the night. What a day. It's so nice to be on safe ground. In that gorge, I was really working on my mindset. Not overthinking things, not thinking about family, just what I've got to get done, what I've got done, and what I've got to get done. And I've got it done. And now to have a fire going. Oh, to be here in this epic shelter. Oh well, this is end of day 2. I'll see you guys in the morning. Oh, it's so good to be on safe ground. Morning, here we go. Another big mission, another big day. A lot gentler today. Today, I take you to the ocean, the destination, from summit to sea, from a small volume of water, then just fed out into the mouth of Otaki. Tell you what, sleeping in this fort last night was so cool. The stars came out, and because I didn't put the tarp over the top, oh, I could see the stars. It was just amazing. A nice gentle breeze came through too, cooled me off a little bit, even though the sleeping bag's ridiculously warm. Right, let's get up and let's get cracking. Weather looks good. Let's see if we can find anything for breakfast. And amongst this, should be something in here. Oh, hang on, I see something. Kawakawa flowers. Unfortunately, they're not ripe. These are green, but they're still quite of, you can still nibble on them when they're green. Very pungent, especially when they're not ripe. Take a few of these. What else is in here? Here's something. Cabbage tree. If we find a nice young shoot that's coming off the main stem, we can cut that. It won't harm the tree at all. We peel it, give it a boil up. That will see us through in the morning. There's something else over here too. Here's one of the best things to eat in the bush. I'm not going to take it though, because when you cut out the pith, the center of it, it kills the tree. But these stunning, beautiful, tropical looking nickel palms. In a completely desperate situation, chopping that down, taking out the heart, the pith where it comes up, peeling it. I've never tried it, but apparently it's supposed to be delicious, but we're gonna leave it alone. Too much of an icon in the bush and just too beautiful to look at. Let's go have a look at the cabbage tree, see what we can find, and hopefully that's us for breakfast. It's been going for about 10 minutes now. Time for the taste test. Oh wow. That's real good. It's actually quite cabbagey. Probably hence the name, cabbage tree. I'm gonna give this another 5 minutes, eat the rest of this, then we're off. That's a good sign. The river obviously hasn't come up. In fact, it's gone down. I can see on those rocks just a little bit of a wet mark, probably about 100 mil that's probably dropped this whole river. So that's good news. That means that there's nothing happening up there yet that we know of. Let's get on the river, we'll get geared up and head to the ocean. How's this section? It's just getting wider and wider and gentler. But after the last couple of days, just cruising down gently, it's really nice. It's really nice. And I'll take it. Oh, how good's this day 3? I feel like it's a reward from the awesome efforts I put in. And you were there with me. It's so much warmer down here out of the mountains. What better way to cool off than a good old-fashioned jump rock? You can never be too old to enjoy that. Woohoo! 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 Yahoo! Woo! The mountains, it's actually raining up there and it's just lightly spitting down here. I'm so glad we're not in that gorge. Who knows how heavy it is up there, the rain. It doesn't look too brutal, but I'm going to keep an eye on this river level. It's so gentle and wide now though. We're kind of way out of the danger zone. We're not going to be caught out by a flash flood down here. Even if it does pick up, we'll be fine. Look at this. First seagulls. Seagulls means sea. We're getting close. We're getting closer and closer by every corner. I'm getting so close to the ocean. So close. I'm starting to see people whitebaiting. And that's when the tide comes in, it brings a little whitebait in. And it's an absolute delicacy. I'm so close. We're right in the mouth of the river. All the way from the mountains, all the way to the ocean. I can't believe we did it. 3 days in this raft. It has held up unbelievably. I can't believe how many rocks I've hit, how many wrong lines I've taken, and this has taken everything I've thrown at it with my limited experience too. Let's paddle up onto this beach and check it out. Yes, we did it. 3 days, 3 days. And this little beauty. God, how's this river mouth? It's just beautiful. And the ocean is just here. Look at this. There she is. We did it, we got there. River mouth is right there. People fishing, people whitebaiting. Oh, and even though it's been drizzly the last couple of hours, I can feel it's about to lift. It's actually quite warm. Oh, what a trip. Thanks again for joining me on Just Wild NZ. Make sure you tune in for the next monster episode. See you again soon. Woohoo!